Hi friends, I'm Helen with Floating Yoga School. I have my friend Janie here with me. We are going to flow. It is New Year's Eve day. We're up with the sunrise and we're going to end our year and start the new year with some openness. I have some ideas, want to get into the back of the legs, maybe some back bending expansion, and we'll just see where the flow takes us. Let's get started today in a child's pose. So knees can be wider together, big toes touch hips to heels, and take a moment to relax back and really arrive. Just notice how your body's feeling, what's going on internally, externally, and where you can send a little bit more breath. If you'd like, you can set an intention for your practice, a word or a phrase to guide you. And then start to walk your hands as far as you can to your right, creating a little space through your left side, maybe stacking one hand on top. And then take it over to your left. Bring your hands back to center. We're going to play with moving through a funky little kind of cobra up dog variation back to child's pose. So as you inhale, you're going to lift. Knees can stay in the same space. Just start to drop your hips, maybe lift your feet just as far as your body allows. Still very early in our practice, very early in our day. And then exhale back to a child's pose. You can really exaggerate the rounding, kind of like a cow and cat. We're going to move like that. Inhale up, open your chest, maybe drop your hips, and exhale it back. Let's do that twice more. Breathe in to lift and open the front line of your body. Breathe out to press back and get into the back line. Nice breath, Janie. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, lift to a tabletop, hands and knees, and give yourself a moment here to align shoulders over wrists, hips right above your knees. Extend your right leg and your left arm back and forward at the same time. Inhale to reach and exhale to lower. And then other side. Inhale, extend, and exhale, lower. So we'll move side to side like that, almost like you're taking a funky little walk. Try to keep your hips really stable, core engaged. Keep your breath really constant. If you need to go slower or faster or change the breath, you can. Just be aware of your breath. One more in each direction. Back to your tabletop. Weight to your left hand and left knee. Take a supported side plank. Pivot your left foot behind you. Step your right foot back. Reach your right arm high. And then you can take your right arm above your head. Find some extension here. Breathe into your side body. One more inhale. Exhale back to hands and knees, and then right away to the other side. Weight to your right hand and knee, step your left foot back. Extend your left arm over your head, find that space. Deep, full breaths. And gently release. Hands and knees to downward facing dog. Find this setup and alignment that works. Take a moment here, maybe move around, pedal out, sway side to side. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. As you exhale, step or hop to the top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold, relax your head and neck. Rise up, reach up, arms sweep high to the sky. And exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Breathe in, reach overhead. Breathe out, draw your right hand down your right leg, left arm up and over, a little side bend. If you like, you can bring hand to hip like I'm a little teapot, a little extra pressure. I like that you still know that reference. Some people are like, who? What the heck? Back to center, breathe in. And then to the other side, left hand down, right arm up and over. Same thing, you can stay hand on your leg or hand to hip. Breathe in, reach high, look up. Breathe out, cactus your arms, bend your elbows, open through your chest. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive it forward. Lift halfway, inhale, long spine. Exhale, hands down, step just your right foot back. Lower your right knee down, reach both arms to the sky, find a breath. And then gently sink your hips forward, hold here. Notice where you can support your body, maybe engage. Notice where you can release, maybe soften. One more breath in. Exhale, hands down, easy half splits. So you can start to shift your weight back. I like to crawl my toes forward, maybe they flex up. You can always keep a really deep bend into your left knee. Both of us are relatively flexible, even when we're not warm, but we don't want to force it. And then re-bend into your left knee. Plant your right palm, take your left arm to the sky for a twist. Slide your shoulder blades together and down your back. We're going to transition from here to that supported side plank. So right foot pivots behind you, left foot steps back, and you might play with floating your foot, extend your arm over your head. And if you like, bend your knee, try to touch your toes behind you. So you don't have to grab your foot, just reach in that direction, a gentle openness through the front of your thigh. Extend if you bent, and then lower to hands and knees, tabletop. High plank, upper push up, or feel free to keep your knees down. Take a breath in, shift forward. Lower to your belly, exhale. Baby cobra, inhale, lifts. Exhale, lower. Take your hands a little wider, tent your palms. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower. One more with your hands wide. Breathe in, lift high, hold it there. As you exhale, dip one shoulder, look into the opposite direction. Back to center, inhale. To the other side, exhale. Inhale through center. Exhale, lower it down. Press to a child's pose, hips to heels. Find that now nice rounding through your spine and some deep breaths into your back body. Inhale to tabletop, hands and knees. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. Step or hop to your hands, exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway, find your space, and fold, release. Rise up, reach up, arms float high. This time, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers or reach like you're holding an imaginary cape. Take your hands back, lift your heart, open up a little through your throat. Full breath in. Bend your knees, belly to thighs, fold forward. Peel your arms off your back just as much as your body allows. And when you feel ready, you can release your hands to the ground without slingshotting. Hang out in your forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, fold, left foot steps back. Lower your left knee down, arms to the sky, inhale. Use your exhale to settle in. And really feel what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Let's take one more breath in. Exhale, release your hands down. That half split shape, Ardha Hanumanasana. You can crawl your toes forward if you like, flex your toes up. A deep bend, a slight bend. If hands don't reach the ground, you can always fold over your legs with your hands on your hips or on blocks. Nice, rebend into your front knee, adjust as you need. Left palm plants, right arm lifts, find your twist. And then notice where you can lengthen, where you can open, where you can breathe a little bit more deeply. One more inhale. That supported side plank as you exhale, pivot your left foot behind you, slide your right foot back, and maybe you float your foot. Maybe you bend your knee and try to tap your foot behind you. Breathe into the front of your body, hip flexors, quadriceps. Extend long as you breathe in. Lower to your tabletop as you breathe out. High plank upper push-up, or knees can stay down here. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower slowly to your belly. Reach your arms straight out in front of you. And we're going to take hands and feet off the ground as you inhale, lift. A little variation of locust or shalabhasana. As you exhale, bend your elbows, take it a little higher. 2 more, inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower down, but keep your arms in front, and then bend your right knee and reach back with your right hand. And you might find your toes, you might simply tap. Start to lift your right leg, lift your chest a little. Even if you're not holding on, you can reach in that direction. You're going to take your left hand by your face, release your right hand down, but keep your right foot lifted and roll onto your left hip. Let's see if we can do this. We're going to come into a funky wild thing. So left hand is going to plant. You're going to press into your left foot, lift your hips, right arm reaches up. Yeah, beautiful, Janie. So she's got forearm down, I've got hand down, whatever works for you. I tried this once, I was telling her, and it didn't work. So we're going to try it again. And then we're going to slowly lower down. Back onto your belly. Come back to that extended shape, arms in front. And then this time, left hand reaches back for your left foot. Just notice what you can feel. Maybe this is a lot on hamstrings, that kind of curling, a lot on quadriceps, that opening. And maybe you play with starting to lift. And even if you're not holding on, you can still lift and reach in that direction. Keep your leg lifted, or your foot lifted, I should say. Left hand comes by your face to help you roll. Right hand is going to plant. You can always drop your forearm, roll onto your right hip, left foot behind you. Find that little variation of wild thing. Press into your right foot, right hand or right forearm, and lift your hips. And then we'll gently lower. We'll see how smooth we can make that later on. Find a Sphinx pose, both forearms down. Pull your chest forward, your shoulder blades back. 1 more breath in. And exhale, lower. Stack your hands, elbows wide. Relax your forehead. Shimmy your hips a little side to side. You can even bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet right and left. Release your feet down. Press through tabletop, hands and knees. Inhale. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, travel to your hands, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Folds, breathe out. Rise up, reach up, hands float high. Palms together in front of your heart, exhale. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Hands down, right foot steps back, rise high, crescent lunge, both arms to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, cactus, bend your elbows, open your chest. Breathe in, reach high. Breathe out, bow forward, sweep your hands back. Hold here for an inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Left arm up, big breath in, take a twist. And then your variation of side plank Vashisthasana, you can keep your hand lifted, come to the outer edge of your right foot or drop your right knee like we've done before. Maybe you play with lifting your foot. Maybe you play with bending your knee and finding your toes behind you. Yeah, not happening. Big breath in. Oh, you got it? Nice. Exhale, release your hands out. Not for me is what I'm saying. Janie's got it. Find your vinyasa flow. You can take chaturanga to your belly, halfway down for up dog. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Look at you go. I love it. Full inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, make some noise. Again, breathe in. And breathe it out. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your hands. Exhale, make your way to your forward fold. Lift halfway, lengthen. Fold, release. Rise up, reach up. Palms together in front of your heart. Arms overhead, full breath in. We'll take it to the other side. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps back. Inhale takes you up, hands to the sky. Exhale, cactus, your arms open your chest. Breathe in, hands high. Breathe out, lean forward, sweep your hands back. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Yeah, open up your right arm, big breath in. Use your exhale to transition to side plank Vashisthasana. You can find your foot, yes. Maybe float your foot, maybe bend your knee and try to find your foot behind you. One side's always easier, right? Full breath in. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. You choose the transition. Really let your body lead rather than your mind. Staying in that presence, staying with your breath. In down dog, bring your big toes together so they touch. We're gonna play with looking forward and lifting right foot and left arm off the mat at the same time. It doesn't have to be high. Whoop, maybe just a little lift. And then left foot, right arm. For me, it helps to look to my hands. You might be able to look backward. Imagine drawing nice to the center line of your body and playing with that little march of sorts. Even out your sides. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. Step or hop to your hands, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, release it down. Inhale to stand. Palms together in front of your hearts. Let's take a little eagle, sit into your chair. Bring your right arm below. Hands can find your shoulders or palms connect, and then right thigh up and over. We'll take a little crouching eagle, round through your spine, elbows toward your knees, really puff up through your back. Notice what your breath is like. Next, inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Reach your arms high, lift your knee. Exhale to a warrior three, send your foot back, your heart forward. And then play with bending your back knee so your foot points up to the sky. And then straighten it out. Just a little bend and straighten. One more. Big step back, hands to the ground, frame your front foot. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, a cow lunge. Begin to straighten out your, or cat lunge I should say, there we go. A modified pyramid. Bow over your front leg, just breathe here. Rebend into your front knee, rise, high crescent lunge, inhale, hands high. Like we did before, exhale, cactus your arms. Hands reach up, breathe in. Bow it forward, breathe out, hands sweep back. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. So same thing we did before, take a big breath in, and then exhale, side plank Vashisthasana. This time you can play with taking it to wild thing, left foot follows behind you. Press into your feet, lift your hips, left arm reaches out in front. We're gonna release to a high plank upper push-up, and then lower down to your belly slowly. Lift your right foot, we're gonna take it to the left side, so a little twist to your left. Yep, right arm reaches. Yeah, nice, and this time I have my forearm down. You got your hand down, we found the variations that work, and slowly release it back. Come onto your belly. Baby cobra, breathe in. Lower as you breathe out. Through a child's pose, through a down dog, whatever you need to reset in this moment before we take the second side. Find your breath, reconnect. All the adjustments, yeah? It's all good. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Make your way to downward facing dog if you're not already there. And then find your way to your forward fold, top of your space. Step, hop, float it. Halfway lift, lengthen. Fold, release. Inhale to rise, hands high. Exhale, palms together in front of your heart. Chair pose into eagle on the second side. Let's see if I remember. Janie will remind me if I don't. Left arm below. Okay, good. Left leg above. And then we'll take that little crouching eagle really round. And I like to think about like puffing up through my back. That space between my shoulder blades, getting into rhomboid muscles. Ladies, that bra line where things get real tight. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Next inhale, we're going to unwind, open it up, one-legged Tadasana. To a warrior 3, send your foot back, your heart forward. And then just play with bending gently the back knee and straightening, activating hamstrings there. A little funky. Take a breath in. Big step back, hands down, frame your front foot. Inhale, sink your hips. This one's like the cat lunge. And then exhale, lift your hips. That modified pyramid or cat lunge. And you can adjust your feet if you like. A more traditional pyramid would be your back foot in a little bit, but I like this longer stance just to find the stretch. Rebend into your front knee. Reach both arms to the sky. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus, open it up. Breathe in, hands high. Breathe out, bow forward, sweep your hands back. Stay here, hold, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm up. Take a breath in to open, and then your side plank, Vashisthasana. And then we'll play with taking that to that wild thing. Right foot behind you. Lift your hips. Right arm reaches overhead. A full breath in. Exhale, high plank, upper push-up, and lower slowly to your belly. Bend your left knee, come onto your right hand, right hip. Take that little variation of wild thing on the other side. Yeah, and slowly lower it down. Find Sphinx pose this time, forearms down, belly down. And you can stay or you can press into your hands, begin to lift your elbows. Keep shoulders out of ears. For me, having a little engagement in my glutes helps without clenching. Engaging low belly. Yeah, beautiful, and release. We'll try for bow pose down your asana. Bend your knees, reach back for your feet. Even if you can't touch them, you can reach in that direction. If you can touch them, kick back, open up through your chest. And you can play with a little rock. You're gonna get weird. Janie always knows. And then you can rock to one side, back through center, and rock to the other side. Sometimes I feel like a flailing whale. And as that feels like enough, release it down. Stack your hands, windshield wiper your feet, relax your forehead or turn your head in one direction. We're gonna move through a little camel flow. Janie's mat will probably work better than my towel, but we'll see what happens. Feet come down. Bring your hands by your sides. Press back. And then let's take a downward facing dog from here. So as you inhale, you're gonna lower your knees. As you exhale, you're gonna slide your hands back toward your feet. Inhale to a camel lift, open it up. And exhale, lower your hips back to your heels. Inhale, hands slide forward. Exhale to downward facing dog. And we're just gonna flow like that. If a different breath sounds better, feel free to do it. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, hands slide back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale, slide it forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. A couple more times. So move at your pace with the breath that feels natural. Basically, we're lifting into a camel, opening up, and then recontracting and finding downward facing dog to create some length and space. Let's do one more. And we'll hang out in downward facing dog. Some movement if you like, or stillness. Bend your knees, breathe in, look forward. Travel to your hands, step, hop, or float. Lift halfway, lengthen. And fold, release. Rise up, reach up, hands float high. Palms together in front of your heart. Shift your weight to your left foot. We're gonna play with a little dancer's pose. Right hand reaches back for your right foot. I like the inside with my thumb back. You might take the outside with your thumb forward. Just don't do a weird twist in your shoulder. Left arm can reach high. And then as you're ready, feel free to kick back as you begin to hinge a little bit forward, but keep that openness. So we found kind of similar shapes, this sort of half back bend. Notice where you feel sensation. where you can open up. One more breath. You're going to take a little bit of an awkward transition. Release your foot, round through your spine, draw your knee in front of you, and then bring your hands below your foot. You can interlace your fingers. And again, here, really puff up through your back, kind of like we did in that eagle. Maybe you can begin to extend your leg forward. And this can be bowing forward, so it's not necessarily a straight, tall spine. And you're going to start to bend your bottom leg. I know. Bring your right foot down, release your grip. We won't go all the way down. No pistol squats today. Relax your head and neck and pedal out your feet a little side to side. Sway your hips.
Thanks for not going there.
Of course. Yeah, there's no way. I would have fallen. Soften your knees, tailbone heavy. Roll to standing so your head is the very last thing to come up. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down. And then we'll take that same thing to the other side. Weight to your right foot, left foot kicks back for your dancer's pose. Natarajasana. Arm can reach high. You can always reach in the direction of your foot if you can't hold on to it. And then as you're ready, find your expression of the shape. Deep, steady breaths. Nice, steady gaze. And then that awkward transition, lift up, draw your knee forward, round around your leg, hands interlace. I almost think about like pressing my feet into my hands to really stretch through my back, and then maybe leg starts to extend. And then just a little bend. Guide your foot down, release the grip wherever you need to. Sway, pedal. Take your feet a little bit wider. Heels and toes out, Malasana squat. Hands to your heart, open it up. Breathe here. Full inhale. Exhale takes you to cobbler's Baddha Konasana. Lower your bum, soles of your feet together, knees wide, lift your heart. So we're both kind of wearing purple today, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Exhale, hinge forward. Unintentional twinning.
Love it.
Continue to use your breath. So even as we slow things down maybe a little bit, breath is still there, steady, constant. And lift your heart. Draw knees together. Find a boat pose, lean back, float your feet. Hands can stay behind your legs or go wide if you want. Arms to the sky, legs straight. Lift your heart. Breathe a little deeper. And slowly lower down. Hands behind you, reverse tabletop. Press into your hands and your feet. Lift your hips. If it's okay on your neck, you can gently let your head come back, open through your throat. And slowly lower. Let's take a little double pigeon. So one shin down, the other shin on top. I like ankle over knee, knee over ankle. If it doesn't work to do both, you can always extend the bottom leg. Janie's way more open than I am, so you'll see the differences. Tall spine, and then you can lean forward over your legs. And some people like to move a little bit side to side or kind of twist in one direction. You can explore that. Two more breaths. And then we'll switch. Any movement in between, I'm going to do a little windshield wiper, or you can come right away to the second side. Get yourself set up, create the space and length, and then a little bow. Maybe finding some more depth. And as your sides feel even, lift yourself back up, find your counter movements. We'll take this onto our backs, so adjust your space. Draw knees to chest, give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze inward, and rock side to side, massage under low back. Spinal twist of your choice, whatever direction you'd like to start in. Knees can both fall to one side, head can look in the opposite direction. You can always take eagle legs or extend one leg straight. And then pass through center and take that to the opposite direction. And then back to center. Any last shape or shapes you want to find before final rest? A happy baby, another back bend, some other movement. Take your work into those. Or let yourself just get cozy, comfortable. I think we're both ready to go there. Snuggle your shoulders down your back a little bit more. Palms can face up or be on your body for more grounding. Face down. Notice what's going on right now. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. If your body's asking for more time, please honor that. Or if you're ready, begin to invite some movement back into your physical body. Little wiggles or stretches. And then eyes soft or closed. Eventually make your way up to a comfortable seat. Pause here for a moment, palms together in front of your heart. Notice how you're feeling. And thank yourself for making the time to move, to breathe, to be present. We'll gently bow our heads together. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for being here, for practicing with me, and I will see you again very soon.